Okay, so now, we're gonna work on some basic, excuse me, knife skills. So, one of the first things I'm gonna show you on two different vegetables, excuse me, is a julienne. So basically, all that really is cutting something into long strips, but they have to be uniform. Uniform to as good as you can make it. I'm sure there are chefs that are out there that are better at this than I am. This is not my strong suit. I cut them, and I'm not fast, so be prepared to be here for a while. But I do what I can. So I'm gonna start with a green pepper. I cut off the bottom and the top, and then I removed the seeds. Then I just cut in half, and now what I'm gonna do is just take the knife, run it through, and you always wanna make sure your knuckles are guiding the knife. You don't want your fingertips out there. Look, I made a big one. You don't want your fingertips out there to be sliced and diced with the vegetable. So I don't like that one, but for the most part, you see. All right, so we're gonna finish on this piece again. We're gonna go and knuckles out, rock the knife. You let the knife do the work. You don't need to hold. I used to hold the knife really, really tight when I was first starting. And what that would do is it would just make my hand hurt. But this is a basic julienne. So just a nice, small slice. There are some pieces, like I said, I'm not perfect at this. I'm still guiding my way through the knife skills. Also I'm gonna show you on a carrot so that you can see different ways to julienne things. So what I'm doing is I'm cutting the carrot. I cut the bottom and the top off. I mean, it's probably more than what I should have cut off, but just to show you guys. And now I'm gonna cut each side to make it into a rectangle. Then I cut into about 3, and then long ways. 1, 2, 3. Now you see I was very slow with that one, but this is just a basic julienne. All right. So now that we have that done, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put those to the side because I will eat those for a snack, probably right now. Excuse me. Okay, what we're gonna do is I'm going to grab a bowl. I'm just gonna toss these in there because I'll reuse these or eat them as I go later. And the next thing I'm gonna show you is a dice on an onion. So with an onion, I find it the easiest to keep the skin on the onion when dicing. Not skin on, I'm sorry, keep the end of the onion. I don't really know what that's called. The core? Not the core. Well, anyway, the head of the onion. I keep that on because it keeps the onion firm. And I just peel it out. I like to go one layer in. This one's a little bit yellow, so I'm taking that one off. Take the skin off. And you see, you're still leaving the, well, I don't know what this is called. The little hairy part at the bottom. And I learned this, honestly, from watching videos. So I'm going to show you, again, I'm not as fast as I probably should be. So I make slits all the way in, down to the core. Is that what that's called? This is going to be something that's going to bother me the whole video, I just want you to know. I'm going to slit that all the way through, just so that it is far enough down that you still have it attached, but so that you can get a lot of the onion used. I'm then gonna go and put slits through the onion down like the middle. And then what I'm gonna do is just small, teeny weeny little dices. You gotta watch your fingers, hold each side. And there we go. And if you can see, you can come over and look at this. This is a pretty small dice. I mean, I have some pieces that need to be fixed. You're seeing me in my imperfect stage, and I'm not really fond of this, just so we're clear. But that's a small dice. I mean, I use this for most of my basic recipes. When they ask for a chopped onion, I don't necessarily do a big chop because no one really likes big pieces of onion unless it's like sauteed onions, which, you know, then of course I like them a little bit longer. So I would slice it then, I wouldn't chop them. So I'm gonna put these aside because I'm gonna use these later in a different dish. And I'm gonna show you one more time. I just gotta get my bearings with these onions, it's awful. Oh no, I'm gonna cry. This will be the only time well, maybe the only time you guys ever see me cry is when I'm chopping these onions. Also, I mean, it's really important that you use a good knife when you're doing this because it makes it a lot easier. So again, we're just going to lengthwise put chops down into the onion towards the core, then widthwise cut into it to give it a fanning effect. And then this little sucker, we're just gonna take the knife, make sure your fingertips are away, and rock with it. There we go. And there we go. All right. See? This one came out a lot better. I mean, there's a couple pieces that I missed, but this one's a lot smoother. Oh, my eyeballs. I feel horrible for the people that have to do this on a regular basis. Because, like, for work, oh gosh, I could never walk around crying 24/7. All right, and the last thing that I want to show you, I just want to wash my knife off quickly and my cutting board because what I'm going to do is do a chiffonade of mint leaves. And I really like this skill because I love how pretty the ribbons of herbs look when they're cut correctly. You don't want to bruise them. You want to make sure that you're very delicate and that you don't want to put a lot of pressure on the knife. You want to let the knife do the work. So I'm gonna just clean up these onions. I really needed to do that because it was gonna make me cry some more, and I'm already like a weeping willow over here. All right. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna grab your mint and get a whole bunch of leaves together. You want to make sure it's cleaned off. I love the way mint smells. It's awesome. Okay. And I'm going to do 4 for right now, just to show you. Oh, maybe 5. I really love mint, so it'll get used. Okay. All right, so you have your mint all in a pile, nice and neat. What you're gonna do is you're gonna roll it up so that it's all contained. All right. Make sure that you roll it. I mean, I try to roll it kind of tight. Then what you're gonna do is you're literally just going to let the knife do the work. Boom. And then when it's done, excuse me, a little trash bag. When it's done, it just comes out into little ribbons. And that's a basic chiffonade. This is really, I don't know if you can see how beautiful that is, but like, look, they're just like perfect little, imagine that's just like, oh, I love it. Love it. All right, so since I got all that done, I'm gonna go ahead and put all these things away and get them ready for my next recipe, and I'll be back later.